threatened by that massive Trinity Ridge Fire. It ended up burning well over 100,000 acres.
Yeah, and it took weeks of round-the-clock work from firefighters to protect and save the entire valley. A huge job.
Yeah, you know, guys, personally, this area has been a favorite spot for my family to vacation, so I took them back to discover everything seems to be almost back to normal.
I think a lot of people think that we really got fried.
And why wouldn't they? A fire caused by an off-road vehicle quickly grew to 17,000 acres and had Pine and Featherville dead in its sights.
Well, in reality, I think that in some parts of the valley, it was within 50 yards of major structures, or in some cases 50 feet.
John and his wife Kathy operate the Elk Valley Resort, and the Trinity Ridge Fire was no friend of theirs.
How hard was it to breathe?
It was very difficult at times, especially where the smoke would settle in and wouldn't clear out until the afternoon when we had a break down on the lake, above the lake, and then all of the smoke would rush down the valley and rise. But in fact, that's what determined how the helicopters would run their course in terms of fighting the fire, because usually they couldn't get started until around 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
As the fire got closer to Featherville, residents became worried because the fire would actually jump from tree to tree.
With embers and ash falling all around them, it was the brave firefighters who stood their ground, saying, "Not today."
They're just amazing people. They're heroes, and if you can see what they prevented from happening, we all could have lost everything up here.
But Featherville's Elk Valley is alive and well, proving it's more than just a resort. It's a place where old and new friends gather to share a good story and a hearty laugh.
They're wonderful people. They always have a smile on their face. They're happy to be here. They just want you to enjoy the beauty that they get to see every day.
And that's what drew my family to this area, a real sense of what Idaho is all about. No different than hundreds of other families who wouldn't let the Trinity Ridge Fire keep them away.
We bring folks up to stay with us on our property that, you know, most of them haven't ever been here before, and they don't want to leave.
So as we stand and look at what was, we can only imagine that these forests, like the people who work and play here, will continue to be full of life.
You know, it really is one of our favorite spots in the entire state, and I think the people up there are saying we were lucky, and they will tell you over and over again, those firefighters that were up there for weeks saved that entire valley.
Yeah, all heroes. And really looking at those pictures, it shows the resilience of nature, doesn't it?
Oh, you know, we went up Trinity Ridge Creek Road, and we went up Rocky Bar Road, miles up, about 8-9 miles, and you come around a turn, and it's blackened.
Wow.
And then you'll go about another quarter mile, and all of a sudden it's, I wouldn't say lush, but it was very green. So, you know, it is very spotty.
The kids must have thought that was unique, too, to be able to see both of those things, your kids.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And, you know, it's kind of scary because they have the sign that says, you know, beware fallen rocks and trees, because there's a lot of dead timber up there.
Yeah, it's part of life.